What tools do you actually need to have if you want to get started making your own clothes? You need 10 tools, and in this video, I am going to share them with you. Nothing extra, nothing fancy, just the tools you need to get started sewing your own clothes today. Hi, my name's Abby, and I help absolute beginners start making clothes they love. And to make this super easy for you, I've put it all together in a printable PDF below. So that way when you go shopping, you can have it with you and you don't have to rewatch this video while you're at the store. Okay, so if that would help you out, you can find it down below. Now, the first tool, the most obvious, I think, is the sewing machine. My best advice for this, ask all of your friends and family. Ask someone if they have a sewing machine that you can borrow. This is the fastest, most affordable way to get started. And using a machine now will help you make a better decision about what machine you want to buy later. Now, if nobody you know has a sewing machine, check out Facebook Marketplace. You can get really good deals. People are usually like upgrading their machines, getting new ones. You can get theirs. This is a great way to get a nice beginner sewing machine. And truly, if your sewing machine can do a straight stitch and a zigzag, you are ready to sew clothing. That's all you need. All those other stitches are extra and fancy. We don't need them right now. And if you are ready to buy a sewing machine, you're like, I know I want to sew clothes, I know I'm into it, I want a machine. I have a video on what features to look for when buying a sewing machine. Okay? So don't stress about this part. Just get a machine. Ask your friends and family, get a good deal on Facebook Marketplace, buy one. But get your machine and start sewing. That's going to be the fastest way to start using it and getting confident. Don't spend months and weeks and months researching this, okay? Get a machine, start sewing. Now, number 2, this is one that everyone gets really confused on. Fabric is a really big category and it definitely can be overwhelming, so I'm going to make this super easy for you, okay? For your first project, I want you to thrift a cotton bed sheet. Cotton or linen, both are great. These are really easy fabrics to work for, and when you use a thrifted bed sheet, you don't have to worry and have that stress about cutting into and ruining your beautiful fabric because it's just a thrifted bed sheet. And I will let you in on a little secret. I've actually been using thrifted bed sheets to sew all of my clothes for the last 2 years, and people are always shocked when I tell them it's made from a bed sheet. So I promise nobody else is going to know once you turn this into something that it used to be a bed sheet. And you get over that fear of like, but I paid all this money for this nice fabric. Make your life easy, thrift something. Now, if you are very much against thrifting for whatever reason, we all have different standards or like things we like. If you really want to go to the fabric store, look for something called viscose or rayon. Okay, it depends where in the world you are, but this is an absolutely beautiful, breathable, natural fiber, and it's really beginner friendly and it looks great as clothing. Okay, so thrifted bed sheets, cotton or linen. Or if you're going to buy new, rayon or viscose, okay? Just stick with those. Don't go outside of this. Make that first project. Number 3, with your fabric, you are going to need thread. Now, again, let's not overcomplicate this. What you need is all-purpose polyester thread. Done. That's it. There are other types of thread. All-purpose thread works for 90% of sewing projects. Start here, start sewing. Don't get overwhelmed. And as far as color, bring your fabric with you to the fabric store, take a spool of thread, lay it on top, and look for your closest color match. Now, if you have 2 colors that are close and you're not sure which one to pick the one that's darker. Darker thread colors tend to blend better into your fabric, whereas lighter thread colors tend to stand out and you can see them more, okay? So always err on the side of a slightly darker color when matching your thread to your fabric. The next thing we're going to need is scissors, something to cut into your fabric with. Now, if you have a sharp pair of scissors at home, use those. If you don't, then I would suggest getting a pair. Now, you don't have to get crazy with this. I really like my Fiskars. I am not sponsored by them in any way. I just like them. But you can get any type of scissor. You don't need to spend a ton of money. They just need to be sharp. And the other thing I would note is I really like the length of this blade. It's about 4 inches long. I find that with shorter scissors, my hand gets really tired because I have to cut more. And with longer scissors, my wrist gets tired because the scissors could tend to be quite heavy. So this is a really good in-between size. And again, they just need to be sharp. A tip here, and something you'll hear people talk about all the time, is if you do buy a pair of scissors for sewing, only use them to cut fabric. Don't use them to cut anything else. Because if you use your scissors to cut paper, cardboard, tape, whatever else around the house, you're going to make them dull, and dull scissors make it really difficult to cut out your fabric, and it makes it not fun at all. So if you do invest in a pair of scissors for fabric, use them just for that, and they will stay sharp and cut your fabric beautifully for a long, long time. Straight pins. We use these to hold our fabric in place while we are sewing it. They're super duper important, a must-have. Everything on this list is a must-have. But my recommendation for these is to get ones that are about 1.5 inches long. Okay? Shorter than that, it's hard to get them through multiple layers of fabric. Longer, it's really easy to stab yourself with them on accident. So that's a good size. And try to find ones that have a really bright topper on them so you can easily spot them. When I first started sewing, I was using just the metal ones, and I would actually sew them into my projects. And when I was done, I would be wearing them, my clothes, out and about, and I would feel them poking me in my project. And I couldn't take them out because they were like in the middle of everything. Not a fun time. So make sure that you have toppers that you can see, and make sure you remove all of your pins as you're sewing. Never sew over them, okay? And a warning, these toppers tend to be plastic, which means that if you iron over them, you will melt them to your fabric. So don't iron over your pins. Seam ripper. A seam ripper is how you take out stitches that you didn't do quite right. Think of it like an eraser for a pencil. A seam ripper is the eraser for your sewing machine. Okay? So must have this. And I do recommend getting a seam ripper that has a slightly longer handle. The really short ones give me hand cramps when I'm trying to use them because there's really nothing to hold on to. Don't do that. It's not fun. So a slightly longer handle. And if you don't know how to use a seam ripper yet, you can check out this video where I show you 4 different ways to use your seam ripper, and you can find which one you like the best. You're also going to need something to mark your fabric with, something to draw your lines or your patterns, so then you can cut those shapes out, sew them together, and make clothes. Yay! So there are a lot of options out there for what you can mark your fabric with, but I have 2 favorites. When I'm working with light colored fabrics, I love erasable pens. Okay, it's a pen, you write with it, and then when it dries, you can use the eraser, this rubber tip on the back, and make it erase, right? We've seen these. They work great on fabric. They don't drag your fabric or pull it or move it. They just let the ink seep in. Great. And they erase, right? They disappear. What's really happening is when we add heat to this ink, it turns a very, very pale white, which means that when we iron our project or we wash it on a high temperature, those marks are going to almost disappear. Super nice. Love this. Okay. Now, this works great for light fabrics, but what happens when you have black fabric? That pen is not going to show up. So when we work with darker fabrics, it's a good idea to use chalk. But a lot of chalks will drag and move your fabric and make tracing your shapes quite difficult. So I really like this chalk pen. It has loose chalk inside of it, And then when the wheel turns, it's basically just dumping chalk onto your fabric. So it's not pulling or moving your fabric. It's really nice. But there is a note here, because it's just dumping chalk and the chalk is loose, as soon as you start moving your fabric or you wipe your hand over this, it will start to disappear. So with chalk, you have to make sure you draw your shape and then immediately cut it. Okay? So those are my two favorite options when it comes to drawing on fabric. If there are some other ones you have questions about, let me know below let me know below and we can chat down there. Do you own a steam iron? Most people who come into my classes tell me they don't own one anymore. Most people don't. But if you want to sew your own clothes, you are going to need an iron. Why? Have you ever made something or seen this issue before? When people make their own clothes, it kind of looks crafty or homemade. A lot of the time, it's because they did not iron their project. It sounds small, but when you sew something, when you iron it or press it open, it makes a huge difference on the final outcome of the project. And if you want your clothes to look professional and store-bought, this step is an absolute must. Now, you don't need a super duper fancy iron. You just need one that has a steam function, okay? And you can usually get these for about 20 bucks, okay? They're not super crazy. Now, steam is going to be your best friend. When you want really crisp seams or creases, or you want to get wrinkles out of a fabric, steam makes life so much easier, okay? So a steam iron is an absolute must if you're wanting your clothes to look store-bought and professional. The next thing is a flexible tape measure. Now, there's two different types. You can either have one that rolls up in a little case like this. So, yeah. Or you can have them loose like this, okay? They both work the same way. It's up to you. I personally can't do this. Like, how do you store it? What makes me crazy. These are a little bit more expensive, like $1 or $2 more. But when you press this button on the back, you can, it gets sucked back in and it's really nice and pretty to store. So they work the same, but you absolutely must have one of these because we need to measure our body. We need to know what size your body is so we can make clothes that fit you properly, right? So don't forget to add a flexible tape measure to your sewing toolbox. And the last thing you need is hand sewing needles. Now I know we're going to do 90% of our sewing on the machine, but a lot of finishes, like the last steps on your sewing project, you're going to need to hand sew. So grab a couple of hand sewing needles and ta-da, you have all 10 tools you need to start sewing your own clothes today. And that's it. Not 30 different tools, not a giant shopping haul you have to go try to buy and find, not a bunch of overwhelming stuff that you have to like, no. Just a short, simple list so you can sit down at your sewing machine and actually start sewing. And don't forget, if you want the printable version of this, I have it for you down below, totally free. And one last thing before you go, getting your tools together is an amazing step. You can do it. I believe in you. If you have any questions, let me know down below. But once you get those tools together, you might sit down at your sewing machine and realize you have a couple other questions, which is why in my next video, I'm going to be sharing with you the 10 mistakes beginners make when they actually sit down at their sewing machine. So be sure to like and subscribe below so you'll be notified when it posts, or if it's already posted, you can check it out here. Until the next one, happy sewing!